Hello everyone, welcome. This is the Voice of Eve. Our topic today is, what can girls do better to empower themselves? Please stay tuned with us. We will soon be back. This is the era of the most powerful advocacy for girls and women's empowerment. Their access to opportunities, education, skills acquisition, positive enlightenment, and you just name it. However, is what we are doing enough? Is it sufficient? Or are there areas of priorities, errors, omissions that are worthy of our attention today? Please join me as we hear from some of our girls. You will hear from the horse's mouth. I am Dr. Violet Arene. Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. Our topic today is what girls can do and how they can empower themselves better. We are delighted to have in the studio somebody who should know, a mouthpiece for the girls. She is Chinelo Nke-No, initiator, Noble Woman Network. Madam, noble woman you are.
Yes, ma.
Thank you for coming to this show.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Very welcome.
Thank you.
What do you see as the greatest, the best empowerment initiative for women today in Nigeria, girls in particular?
Okay, I see the greatest empowerment initiative for women as the vocational skill acquisition, which many governments are adopting now. It's a good one because when a woman has a skill, she's able to balance both work and family. So I see vocational skill training as very essential to the life of a woman or a girl. It will help them to both build capital, build finance, and then balance their home.
Wonderful. Do you consider it enough, for girls' empowerment, or are there more things you are expecting for them?
Yes, there is more to just acquiring a skill, yes. I would say.
Yes.
Beyond acquiring the skill, you need the basic business knowledge, which is entrepreneurial skills. Yeah. How to boost your business, the skill that you have learned is very essential to know how to take it to the next level. So it's not just acquiring the basic skill like handcrafts, learning how to sew, learning how to bake, learning simple things, interior decoration. You need to know how to market it as a woman. How do you boost the business? How do you take it from just the local business to the international level? So I think basic entrepreneurial knowledge should be added to vocational skill acquisition so that women are not just empowered with skills, but are empowered with both business ideas, business knowledge, and then they become major players, not just nationally, but internationally.
Wonderful. How do we do the awareness?
Okay, the easiest way now is through the media. We have social media platforms. We have access to platforms like the Facebook, and all the governments can make use of those platforms. Then beyond that, TV adverts, radio adverts, where presenters now talk about these things to make people aware of what is happening, like what we are doing now. We're creating awareness. We're giving women awareness on the skill acquisition that is necessary for them to live a balanced life. So I think we're doing a good one today by talking about it. We're also creating
today.
Yes, we're also creating awareness about it.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm delighted that actually things are on the ground to empower girls.
Yes.
But we do hear some bad press, about girls. Do you think those girls do not know about all this, like girls involved in marketing themselves or, self-trafficking or something?
I think, one, yes, some girls are not aware. But for me, self-awareness is very crucial. When a girl is not self-aware, she will get involved in so many things she shouldn't get involved in. So beyond the information of the the right things that are available to the girl child. Personally, a girl needs to be self-aware. Who am I? I'm a special entity. I have this unique potentials. I can do this for myself. So a lot of girls that get involved in so many vices or the negative news that we hear about, like prostitution and all that is happening, are not self-aware. They don't know what they can do. They don't know what they carry. They don't know the potentials that lie within them. So when a girl is self-aware, even if you don't have the prerequisite information, like the vocational skill training we are talking about, or access to some certain amenities, because you are self-aware, you will strive to build a life for yourself.
Wonderful. Very well spoken. But who will help to make girls aware of themselves and to acquire some self-esteem? Okay,
beyond the government, for me, are individuals. I strongly believe in taking responsibility for society. You know, many times a lot of people just sit down, fold their hands and say, oh, the government should do it all. I don't fall into that category. I believe we all have something to contribute to make our society better. Individuals, private organizations, NGOs are doing stuff. Everybody needs to put their hand into it and say, okay, what can I do to make the situation better? How can I contribute to my own quota to make the girl child better? So for me, everybody's involved. The home, the family, religious bodies, NGOs, and then the government, by bringing out policies that would help to promote the cause of the girl child.
Wonderful. Where do you place education here?
For me, education is very important, but there are different kinds of education. Beyond the formal education, which everybody knows, there are informal education system. And I would advocate that the formal educational system be groomed, be expounded to begin to involve this informal educational system, so that those that do not have opportunity to pass through the formal educational system will still be educated or can still be educated. So you don't have to be in the school setting to get an education. You can, outside the school, still get an education. We also find Nigeria isn't doing badly, I would say, because you have a lot of centers now for educational learning, trainings. We have the different things happening now. There's access to, they're making education more accessible to everybody, which is a good one. But beyond the four walls of the school is informal education, and it should be structured. So far, it's not structured. People just go anywhere to acquire this knowledge. But if there's a structure that people can come to and pass through, it will help the girl child. It will help, it will help, it will help.
But I would dare to ask you, with all these provisions and potentials on the ground for the girl, how do you think a girl sabotages herself or disempowers herself? And we know that some girls do that.
Many ways. Like I would refer to what I talked about earlier on, self-awareness. When a girl is not self-aware, she can get into anything. A lot of girls today think that the only means of survival is by hitching themselves to a man. And then you see them having children for probably different men or for one man just because of the stipend he gives to them. So with that, a girl can sabotage her future. But a self-aware girl would know that I don't necessarily have to sabotage my life to become successful. There are many things I can do that can make me successful. Engaging in early sex, it sabotages your future because it opens you up to teenage pregnancy or other diseases and vices, which some people are not even aware of. You have people having different sexual partners, not knowing the consequence of their sexual health and how they should become more positive about it. So all those things can sabotage a girl. But for me, bottom line is, if you don't know who you are, anything goes for you. If a girl has not discovered herself, everything goes. Anything goes. Whatever your friends are doing, you just approve of it and think is what should go. So those are the things that sabotage the girl child.
Wonderful. So in effect, what you are saying is, as we are talking about the advocacy for women's empowerment, girls should also agree
Yes.
to empower themselves.
Yes.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I think this is
so
a
much.
wonderful, lucid, message for all girls to hear.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you so.
Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. Our topic today is what girls can do for better self-empowerment. We are privileged to have with us in the studio some representatives to speak for girls and girls' empowerment today. I have here Raymond Okpara, media consultant. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Ma.
We're delighted to have you.
Thank you very much.
And I have Chichi Mesiaka, publisher, motivational speaker, and teen coach. We're delighted to have you.
Thank you very much, Ma.
You are very welcome.
A pleasure. Thank you.
And I have Adebola Adesina. You are an independent TV producer and also media consultant. We're delighted to have you.
Thank you very much.
You are all very welcome.
Thank
We have a very sensitive assignment on our hands. How can girls better empower themselves? I know there are some things being done for girls today. What, in your view, are the best empowerment programs for girls? In your view, Raymond, today?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say that I think the government is doing good.
Okay.
I think the government is doing good. They're doing the best they can do. But much than the government can do is what the girls can do for themselves.
Okay.
We are most used to what the government can do for us, both states, both local and federal.
Yeah.
But what the girls can do for themselves, I think, is more important. For example, there is this thing about the girl-child training, development, and all of that coming for girls presently in Nigeria.
Okay.
But if the girls are able first to gain information by self-discovery, it can help go a long way to be able to help them do what they have to do.
Wonderful. I like that word, self-discovery. That means a girl should ask questions.
Oh yes.
She should think.
Oh yes. Oh,
Wonderful,
yes. Oh,
wonderful.
yes.
A girl child should think.
Yes.
Okay, Chichi, is that what you think?
I totally agree with him.
Yes.
You should know yourself first.
Yes.
But I also want to say education is part of what he said.
Yes.
Is key.
Yes.
And it's not just the education, the 4 walls of the university or secondary school or whatever. You also have to train yourself. Teach yourself certain things. The society, we have the social media, we have the internet. A lot of our young people use the internet wrongly. There are so many things you can learn on the internet.
Wonderful.
So it's part of the education. If we can educate ourselves, we are advantaged. I would say that, because a lot of people are advocating for women, girls, and all that. So we have so many things out there. So many people that are ready to, that are willing to train or to help the girl child. So I would agree with him. Discover yourself first and then educate yourself.
Thank you very much. There is so much going on for advocacy for girls' empowerment. There's no doubt about it. Shino, is that what you think too?
Yeah, yes, a lot has been done. A lot is going on. And I just feel in a direction there should be more. More in the sense that the society at large should be able to provide a sort of awareness, orientation, even among the male gender towards the female, towards the girl child. Because a lot of men don't really appreciate that value of a woman being independent, or not really independent, but doing something meaningfully for herself.
How do you think girls disempower themselves? For instance, in voluntary self-trafficking and manufacturing babies for sale, or prostituting at home or abroad. How? Tell us, what could inform such negative empowerment? Let's start with you, lady.
Okay, I would say I think a lot of our youth, they are misinformed and they are desperate. And then it's because of the what
you say they are desperate.
everybody is desperate, but somehow it has levels. I see a lot of, or let me say, the society celebrates people, who are famous for doing the wrong things. And I think the media should wake up and also help our youth, and especially women. We sabotage ourselves. You are, if you discover yourself and you train yourself, you can get a job anywhere. You can be the best, working in an office. You can be the best setting up your own business. You can do anything. You can make hair. Be the best at whatever you want to do. You can, have a restaurant. You cook. A lot of us are, we are natural at that. You can do anything decent. You don't need to do indecent things. So if we stop celebrating people that are doing the wrong thing, and start putting it out there and telling people, if you misbehave, you are going to be indicted for that. I think a lot of them will get the message.
Yeah. So okay. So society has a role to right the girls, to better self-identity. Raymond, is that what you think too?
Yeah, I think so. But when it comes to that, one of the most common excuse the girls give is poverty and want.
Poverty and want?
It's an excuse they give, but ironically, that same excuse is the excuse that girls that have rose to places of wealth and prosperity still give. That is still want and poverty that drives them to work harder, learn more, and become more.
Yes.
So some other girls choose to use that same poverty excuse to go into the slum
the other way.
So I think it's a matter of will.
Choice. Thank you.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
There is poverty, there will always be poverty. There is want, there will always be want. The economic principle, lack and woman want is insatiable. Now it is there. But what can you do with that fact of poverty? Nigeria is a very large economy, millions of people, opportunities, innovation, ideas. What can you do with that same principle of poverty and want and make better of your life and the generations unborn instead of going the other way?
Thank you. I think the message is clear. Poverty as an incentive can work either way.
Exactly.
Okay? People have used it to become very great. And now some people are using it to go into the gutter. Yeah. Adeshino, is that what you say too?
Yes, I quite agree in that direction. But a quick one I would like to add to that. Going about the society we are in, that we find ourselves in today, one would ask, is it that people have lost their conscience, their fear of God, or this thing called shame no longer exists? Because if what is wrong, and then the society rejects it in all its ramifications, I don't think a man will be proud enough to want to walk into a hotel to have something to do with a fellow man's daughter, whom he's not thinking what would happen to his own daughter. Or not even thinking, what if it was his wife that is young? Yes, some people marry younger wives. Yeah. What if it was his wife that was young and another man take advantage of her? Or another thing again is due to the masculine nature of life, that a woman is an assist, as in is supposed to assist the man. So this ego is there for some men, misinterpreting that aspect of God, who says a man is the head. Now they misinterpret it to the point that they don't give the woman a will, a choice. Now when he's no more and is dead, can they really actually manage what he left behind? Because they're not educated enough to fit into it.
Yes.
So if the educational structure of Nigeria is revisited in such a way that you don't have to spend 4 years in the university, you don't have to go to become a white-collar person. Any form of skill can be acquired in the university, probably maybe the polytechnics, or what do you call it, the colleges of education, and then the technical schools should be the highest degree, because university is just theoretical. In practice, we need more.
We also need intellectual knowledge. I think it will be another day, a discussion for another day. But I want us to take a quick one, talking about self-disempowerment. What do you think indecent fashions, indecent exposures of the female body, what do they do to a girl's empowerment? Let me take the ladies' view. Because some girls, we saw some yesterday and they were not good enough. What do you think?
Funny enough, a lot of them think when you show some parts, they will always say, if you've got it, show it. Why not show it? But I tell them, when you show it, you look more stupid. You look more tacky instead of tasty and fashionable.
Yeah.
A lot of normal thinking people, a lot of decent people would look down on you. I see a lot of people, they go for job interviews and they are looking, funny. And I tell them automatically you've disqualified yourself because nobody's going to give you that job.
I think so. You disqualify yourself.
You disqualify yourself.
Men, do you like it? Do you like the bodies that are flaunted before you?
We don't like it, madam. But
Are you sure?
I want to say something.
Yes.
We don't like it. But I observed something in the banking sector. And then in the commercial sector as well, that is advertising agencies. They portray products, brands,
sex as king.
Like they're selling sex.
Sex sells.
Which, for me, must sex be a key word in promoting your product. And then for the bank too as well, must you encourage a sort of, in quote, corporate prostitution?
I still think it's a personal choice.
Because these are contributing factors.
But
no matter what, they grow.
Dressing.
Yeah, dressing is involved. That's why I went that way, because it is from the dressing that the arouseness comes in. It's what you see that inform the next thinking. Now, if a lady is decently dressed, I'll address her decently.
Okay.
And if she's indecently dressed, I'll either walk away or remain quiet. Or the other.
I like that word, disqualify herself. But it's very interesting that in this program we have men, because the exposure is to you.
Yes.
It's not to us women.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
No.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
It brings you down more than
it brings you down.
Brings you down.
Thank you. So it is a voluntary disempowerment and a voluntary self-rejection.
Exactly.
To dress indecently and immorally.
Exactly.
It's not helping the cause of womanhood.
At all.
It's bringing the cost down. I think this is a message for all.
Reduces to quality.
It reduces to quality. We are talking about empowerment, not encouraging self-sabotage. And that is what indecent clothing does.
Yeah.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
We can go on and on. This is in fact, we raised 3 points. I can say other topics, but another day.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, viewers, you have had it all. There is a lot of advocacy for girls' empowerment and a lot going on for girls' empowerment and access to opportunities for entrepreneurship and self-survival and even prosperity. But girls must need to appropriate a proper self-identity and make good choices to avail of what is on the ground for them. And girls must desist from self-sabotage and self-disempowerment. Thank you for watching. God bless you.